Morning everyone, I am Tim and welcome to LitFilmFest Classrooms, the 7-week course where we get you to write and edit your own film. Oh, went a bit Dalek there. In yesterday's session you should have planned what your letter is going to be about because week 2 is all about letter writing. Let's recap some of our El Dorado story in chapter 1. I would like you to think about what makes this a really good letter. What are the features of this letter? What makes a good one? Let's listen to me in the past, shall we? 20th day of May, in the year of our Lord 1506. Dear Solomon and Louis, my old comrades, I am dying. I won't see the morning, of that I am sure. I have lived a full, exciting life and have enjoyed many amazing, unbelievable opportunities. I discovered the other side of our great planet crossing gigantic oceans. I found the Americas, its people, and, most importantly, its riches. Yet there is one mystery I fail to solve, haunting me even as I write. It will be the dream I sail into the next world with. There is a city made entirely of gold, a place known as El Dorado, where no European has ever set foot. Stranded on the island of Jamaica with my ship, Capitana, I was told of its existence by leaders of the local tribe. Everything in El Dorado is made of gold. Everything. The houses, roads, temples, tables, flowers, is all made of solid gold. The natives of El Dorado have boatloads of it, so you can take away as much gold as you can carry. I am certain that this map will lead you to the treasure. I am sending you both a copy of the map I made in the Caribbean. Keep it safe, because it could lead to a further fortune beyond your wildest dreams. This is what I want you to do. Meet in secret. Take no one with you. Along with your letter, you both have the map, which is sealed. Do not open them until you are together. The map shows in detail the land known as Colombia, named after me. Ha! Deep in this land, you will find El Dorado. It is difficult to get to. There are dangers to face whatever direction you choose. If you travel from the north, you will be faced with the most notorious and dastardly pirates in the world before setting foot in a land full of its own dangers. If you travel from the south, you will have to tackle the gigantic Amazon River, its gargantuan rainforest, and deadly creatures. The rules are that one of you must approach from the north and the other from the south. Whoever gets there first gets all the gold they can lay their hands on. The man who gets to El Dorado second gets no gold and must never return. Be warned. Follow these rules, or else I will seek my vengeance in the next life. Godspeed, and buena suerte, my friends. Christopher Columbus. So what did you get? Did you get all the features? If you didn't, then get a pen and pencil and let's note some of these things down together, shall we? So in the top right hand corner of the letter we had the sender's address, followed by the date that the letter was written, the 20th day of May in the year of our Lord 1506, a good 514 years ago. Nearly as old as I am. Then we start the letter with a greeting, dear. It's often dear. And then we've got the introduce, inform and instruct sections to follow. 3 simple paragraphs. In our first paragraph, we've got the introduce. So in this, we go through who you are, where you're from, and why you are writing to this person. Yet there is one mystery I failed to solve. That is the hook part of the letter. It's a mystery that we know needs to be solved, and that's why Chris Columbus is writing to them. The next paragraph is a big one because it's all about informing. It's giving a lot more details about this mystery, about what they're writing about, and why they think something needs to happen. The last sentence is really important there. Keep it safe because it could lead to a fortune beyond your wildest dreams. It's giving a lot of detail of Chris Columbus's journey there, which is really important because it adds a lot of believability to the story. And the last paragraph, which I've cut short because it's an extract, it tells the reader what expects them to do in response. So Chris Columbus expected them to be sharing the map and then to follow a path either from the north or the south to this treasure, and then it tells them if they do that, one of them will get the treasure in the end. And I love that final sentence there, be warned, follow these rules or else I will seek my vengeance in the next life. And then we have a formal sign-off and the sender's name. Godspeed, and buona suerte, my friends, Christopher Columbus. So why don't you come up with your own sign-off? It doesn't always have to be sincerely, does it? Of course, which is a pain to spell. We can see that buona suerte is a bit of a different sign-off because Chris Columbus was actually Italian, but is writing this from Spain. And as an extension task, if you're feeling lucky punk, why don't you think about whether this letter would have been written the same if it was an email or a text? Would it have been written informally or formally if instead of a letter if it was written as an email? And how else would your message change if it was delivered in a different way, like by pigeon on its leg? Just before you get onto it, before you get onto drafting your letter, I'd like you to have a look at this type of sentence. It's a noun plus who, which, where sentence, otherwise known as a relative pronoun, which doesn't mean my dad. Thank you very much. Keep Gerald out of this. A relative pronoun introduces a relative clause with who, which, or where. So it's Clegg, who, there's your relative pronoun right there. Clegg, who was a famous English explorer, received a letter from Christopher Columbus. Doesn't have to be a person either. It could be El Dorado, which is thought to have been in Colombia, was said to be made of solid gold. Doesn't even have to be a big place either. It could be the tavern where the pair met in secret was a dark and hostile place. So that's your who, which, where sentence, which I'm going to ask you to carefully place inside your draft of a letter today, because it will make your writing much more creative. So that's a relative pronoun, which is a who, which, or where sentence, which introduces a relative clause. And just in case you were wondering what a relative clause is, see those little commas there? Tiny little commas, squeaky little commas in the sentences. Clegg, little tiny comma. Who was the famous English explorer, little tiny comma. There it is. Everything in between the tiny commas is a relative clause. It gives a bit more information about that person or thing, or noun basically. So actually the sentence could be the same even without that relative clause as well. Clegg received a letter from Christopher Columbus. El Dorado was said to be made of solid gold. The tavern was a dark and hostile place. But with the glorious relative clause, the sentence is much more interesting. So your challenge today is to write a draft of your letter. You can see on the screen right there that you put your address in the top right corner, followed by the date, and a greeting, and then it's introduce, inform, instruct in 3 paragraphs, followed by a formal sign-off. And then, as your bonus round, bonus challenge for today is to introduce a noun plus who, which, where sentence, otherwise known as the relative pronoun. Whew, I'm all teachered out. Don't forget to share your draft of a letter at LitFilmFest or info@litfilmfest.com or on our Facebook page with a parent's consent, of course. We'd like to see those parents consenting to sending all of the stuff. And now it's time, yes, you know it, to celebrate work in our community corner. This corner here. Community corner. We've got some scanned work up here from some of our contacts in Liverpool. And I love that one of your characters is extremely lazy, and you've really tried hard here on the drawings as well. I absolutely love that the characters have come to life in so much, and I presume these are all of their pets. So, lots of typed up work, that's fantastic. So it doesn't all have to be written down, of course. Marinette Dupont, or Dupont? How do you say it? Was very attractive and had long brown black hair. Her eyes were as green as emeralds. Although not tall, she was strong and tough and packed a punch. Whoa, watch out, she sounds dangerous. Here we have some drawing on the computer is really difficult to do, so I'm really impressed with this. We have Santiago, who is a man with a dark past. Oh my goodness. This is meant to be childhood friendly, thank you very much. He was originally born in Germany. His mother was a scientist and his father was a biochemist. Wow, you've added so much detail to that character. I'm kind of looking forward to finding out what happens next, but it's a little bit too scary for me. So thanks so much for coming. We've really enjoyed seeing you today through the digital screen, and thank you for having me come into your living room and you giving me a hot cup of cocoa at 10:30 in the morning. Really appreciated that. Thank you very much. We'll see you on LitFilmFest classrooms tomorrow at 10:30. Watch out for the hand. Bye! Smack in the face.